Hello, my name's Emily. I'll be your counselor today.
My name is Macy.
Nice to meet you, Macy.
Nice to meet you.
I just want to give you a little background. I just want to let you know that this is a safe place and it's confidential, so everything that you say in here will not be repeated. It does not leave this room. It stays between you and I.
Okay.
Now, unless something happens like you become suicidal or homicidal, that's something that I will have to help you with and then take an account and report. Okay? I just want to let you know that I'm here to listen to you, and if you want to yell, scream, whatever you want to do, I'm here for you, and help you any way I can. All right. So what brings you in here?
I feel really anxious all the time. Like it's just sometimes it's things and sometimes it's nothing. Like it's usually when I'm alone. Like say. The reason I did bad in school in the past is because I live an hour away from here, so I have to drive an hour all by myself, come to school all by myself, and come home by myself. I just don't do well by myself, and that's something that I just have to get used to. Last semester, I would always talk myself out of going to school because it would give me anxiety to just think about going to school. But, it's getting better, but I feel like I should talk to someone about it and go to school so that it gets better faster. I feel maybe it'll get better faster.
Okay. So what part of is it just being alone in the car when you're in the car that it gives you anxiety?
Yeah, and then once I talk myself out of it and I miss school, then I get stressed out about not going to school and missing something. And so it builds and builds off that. And if I would just get in the car and face it, then it would be easier. But it's really hard to face it because it makes me feel so like almost scared. Like there's a weight on my chest and I feel just terrified. And I don't know why it happens, but it just does.
And has this kind of been something that's been going on your entire life?
Or? No, it really just started since I quit school at Guilford College. I played softball there my first year of college, and it started there, and it's not went away since.
Do you think that there has been anything that has triggered? I mean, can you think of an event?
Yeah.
Like the first time it happened, can you remember the first time it happened and what was going on in your life at that time?
The first time it happened, I was at school. I was living in a dorm with my friend, and me and my roommate, we played on the same softball team. I was pitcher, she was catcher, but she was just different than me. We didn't get along. Like, I like to go out and have fun in college, and she did not. Like, she would tell on me. She would tell the softball coach on me for anything. And so I tried to avoid her a lot, and I was alone. And I don't know, I guess being away from my parents before I was ready, that makes me sound like a child, but I think that really...
It's very normal.
That really did it. And it's not... I live with my boyfriend now, and that doesn't give me anxiety to be away from my parents, but if I'm away from them too long, it does give me anxiety. So maybe... I don't know if me and my parents are arguing or anything having to do with my parents gives me anxiety too.
So do you think that maybe it was the avoidance of the roommate that first started it, and then from there because you guys weren't friends, and it was kind of more of she would tattle on you.
You couldn't go around her.
Right. So then you had to avoid her. So then you felt isolated, and then you felt alone.
Yeah.
And so that what you think is something that could have caused your anxiety. It sounds like that is the start of it. Do you have any things that you kind of do to help when the anxiety starts?
If I start walking, that really helps. You find things that are like still. So like find five concrete things. So like if I was sitting in this room for too long by myself, I would just have to probably walk out of it or like say, just this sounds crazy, but like, look, it's okay in here, like nothing. You have to talk yourself through it. But if it gets really bad, most of the time I have to call my mom, and she's really the only one that can get me out of it. My dad, he sometimes can, but it's really my mom. Because I was having one the other morning when I woke up, and I was by myself. My boyfriend had left to work really early, and I woke up at like 7:30, and nobody was there at his house, and I started having a panic attack. So I had to call my mom. Thank God she was at home. So, but that's really how I get through it. My mom wants me to talk to somebody because if there ever comes a time where she can't get to me or like I can't get to her, like I need to figure out another way to handle it.
Right. What are the kind of things that your mom says to you that helps you calm down?
just really just being herself, saying what's wrong, are you okay? Just, I don't know, just laying my eyes on her really helps, and that sounds crazy, but.
Not crazy at all. Not crazy at all, really. It really is not. I mean, it's definitely something that I really feel that somebody should, whether it's me as your counselor or another counselor, somebody to help you through this. But I have a couple more questions. Did anything when you were younger, has your mom ever mentioned anything when you were younger that you had maybe a type of separation anxiety from her when you were a baby, or, like if she had to work or no? Okay. So it
really just started when I got to college because, well, I played softball my whole life, so I was around my parents all the time. We spent a lot of time together.
Somebody.
Yeah. And I was never really alone, and sometimes I'm okay, like, sometimes I'll be fine being by myself, but sometimes it's just not fun.
So growing up, were your parents both working? Okay, so when you came home from school, did you always bring somebody home with you? Did you already have somebody there? Siblings, or were you by yourself?
My sister was born when I was 8.
Okay.
So I was alone, like, for a lot of my life, but I always had. My granny kept me and my cousins, and me and my cousins are really close in age. Like, we're months apart, and there's about 4 of us that are months apart. And she always would keep us during the day. That was before school. And right when I started school in 1st or 2nd grade, my sister was born. So I wasn't alone a whole lot.
Okay.
Ever. And so maybe that does have something to do with it. I've always been around
somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's always been around you. So going to college and then isolating yourself from the roommate and whoever else, wants, doesn't want to go out and hang out with you, and then going back and not having that person that you're supposed to have some type of bond with in your room in college.
Yeah, and having to walk on pins and needles because you can't say anything around her either.
Exactly, and I definitely see how that would happen. And now, so you said last semester you were missing a lot of college because of the anxiety prior.
I failed my semester because of it, because I wouldn't, it was so far from it's not an hour, it's not far, but, say you only go to school for 50 minutes that day, that's an hour, that's 2 hours to and from school that you're, I don't know, traveling, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of driving, and I could see an hour.
I try to call someone usually while I'm driving or listen to music.
Definitely. So those are kind of some of the things that you use to kind of distract yourself from being alone. Now, once you get to school, do you have friends here? Do you have people that you can kind of in each class?
I talk to people in my class, but I don't have specific. I have one girl, Lindsay Manus. She goes here, but she's in the dental hygienist program, so she's usually always busy. Okay. I have another friend. She graduated last semester. She lives right down the road, so.
Okay.
I have a few.
Not
very. Not like it's not like you live on campus type of friends,
Right. So now, from last semester to this semester, it was kind of just a dedication you have made to yourself. Yeah. Is that what I'm understanding? Is of I have to go. Yeah. Excuse me. Regardless. Yeah. If I'm having an anxiety.
And my boyfriend really helps a lot with it because I guess it wasn't last semester. It was a year ago. When I failed out because I had to skip a semester. They did the probation thing. Right. And I started dating my boyfriend, and he's really helped me out a lot by forcing me. He don't force me to go to school, but he's you have to go. I know you don't want to, but you got to. And he really helps me out a lot with going to school and the anxiety that happens when I go to school. But it's getting better. It's early in the semester. I'm saying that, but
right. And you're hoping to continue to move forward. Yeah. Maybe hopefully one day move past it to more manageable.
So I can handle it on my own instead of having to have somebody help me handle it.
Right. And it sounds like you're moving in the right direction. It'd definitely be something that I could, counsel you on. And if you would like to continue seeing me, and we can make some appointments.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
And we'll move on from there.
All right.
Good goal?
Great goal.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.